Are you interested in writing a song with me?
It is day 26, like a G6, of our 30-day songwriting challenge. This is my outfit of the day. So I feel pretty good today. I don't really know what song I'm going to make. I'm just gonna, do my little thing, my little do my little do thing. Okay, I think I got a little something. I think I'm gonna make an R&B song, like a SZA, a Thames, a little bit of a Summer Walker maybe, something like that. Something like that. I feel that brewing, but we'll see. And hey, here's the arrangement. Starting off with the piano melody. This is the first melody. This is the melody in which the other two melodies derive from. It's kind of the base of the song. And it's also the melody that I built the first set of chords on top of. What it sounds like. This is the first set of chords I built for that specific melody. FYI, both of those sounds are the soft piano from Labs. The only difference between the two is that the melody dynamics aren't turned up as much, just to give it a softer sound. Here's the second melody. You could call it a bridge. This third melody is also maybe a post bridge because it's not quite the ending, and it's also not quite a bridge. Not sure what to call it. Because the songs are so short, I'm never sure what to call each section. I'm just calling them Melody 1, Melody 2, Melody 3. Chords for the second melody are this. And the chords are mainly comprised of 7th and ninth chords. This little extra bit is, these are just the root notes of the chords with a different piano sound, just to give it an extra bit of something. And I'm using glass grand instead of soft piano, just for a different bit of a sound. And it's the Democratic National Convention hat because when you get it from FL, from your folders, it's called the DNC hat. I'm not sure what DNC stands for in this instance, but I know about the Democratic National Convention, so I gave it a funny name. The hats are pretty basic, but it has a couple missing every so often to give it some pizzazz. I can't really explain it in technical terms. And the snap is just on every measure. And the drums are quite difficult to put together because I couldn't get anything to sound quite right, but I finally like how they sound. I'd like to give a big shout out to drummers because keeping in time, making different types of percussion make sense altogether is very difficult. I struggled with just a hi-hat, a snap, and a drum. I was here doing just that for an hour. Big praises to them. For my vocals, I have mainly two different takes stacked on to one another. One I did that has more of a straight kind of singing. I'm not trying to do too many inflections. And the other one is mostly inflection. And what I have right here is a volume automation clip. These blue sections. And what I did when I wanted more straight singing or more free or inflection singing to come through, I adjusted the volume in those different spots. So a pretty drastic example of this is I wanted this one section to really stand out. Turn one of the tracks almost all the way down to the other one all the way up so it can stand out. And you can kind of hear it separate. I don't know if you can hear it this way. For mixing, for the piano, I have the parametric EQ on, brought up a lot of the highs and tried to get rid of some of the lows because I wanted a bit more of a brightness. On the hi-hat, I have the highs, bringing down the lows because I wanted the hi-hats to be a little bit tight sounding. For the snap, I just have some reverb on it just to bring it mostly dry and a little bit of wet because the dry brings it quite forward and I really wanted the snap to pop out as much as I could make it. And for the drums, I got rid of a lot of the high end and brought up the low end because I wanted the kicks to be quite low in contrast with the snap and the hi-hat. For the freer vocals, I have up all the way dry with quite a bit of wet of just a regular size bowl, a limiter on it because I do get a little bit loud in some points. And I panned it a little bit to the left. And I panned the more straighter kind of singing to the right with the same kind of reverb, basically, a limiter, and I did the vocal presence preset on that one because I feel like when I was singing freer, I had a little bit more of a higher tone, not necessarily pitch, I would say. I can't really verbalize it. And on the other one, I didn't, so I put the vocal presence on because it increases the high end quite a bit to kind of match the other one so it doesn't sound too drastic from the other one. And in the beginning, I do some bit of vocalization, and it starts off quite normal. You may not be able to tell, but I stacked 2 vocalizations, and just for funsies, I gave them the old telephone preset so it sounds a little bit vintage, and a big reverb because why not? It's fun! It's fun to play with different sounds. And that's pretty much it for the song. If you have any questions about why I did something or why I didn't do anything, or any suggestions on how I can improve something I did here, let me know. Drop them in the comments.
So for the lyrics, I wrote these over the pretty much finished song, which I usually just do it over the first chord progression I make and then build the song. But I did it a little different today. Really wanted to focus on the sound. And the words you just saw me put down were the words I'd been singing the whole time that I thought sounded good with the melody. And so I just worked off of that. The whole song is about not stressing yourself out, enjoying life, and just not making yourself sick over things that don't matter. I really need to take my own advice, but let's be cool. I kept it quite short, again, because I wanted to focus on production. And sometimes, some messages don't need a whole song. You just a few lines and you get the picture. So I finished the song. Just gotta edit the video and everything now. This is my first time doing an R&B song. And I don't know, I think I low-key slayed. Came out a little bit neo-soul a little bit, which I wasn't planning on doing, but that's how it came out. And I just made it about, chilling and not letting things stress you out. Catching a vibe. Period. I did it a little bit different too. I worked mostly on production pretty much after I had arranged and composed the entire thing. Then I wrote the lyrics, which is different to what I usually do, which is I'll just get a basic chord progression and kind of an idea, then write the lyrics and then build the song based off the lyrics. I did the lyrics based off of the song, if that makes sense. But I like how it came out. It's been short. I'm glad I stopped doing whole length songs with not a whole lot of production and doing really short songs with more production. I think this has been a good balance for me. And that was the case with this one. So check out the song. It's linked in the caption. If you like it or you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you give it a like. And if you know somebody who might be interested in this song or any of my other songs or any of my other content, I'd appreciate a share. And if you want to see more, hit the follow button, bro. Why are you tripping, dog? And with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.